this hand position, extend your arm forward. Bring your fingertips together and bend your wrist. This is the crane's beak. Crane technique imitates the pecking motions of a crane, attacking with its beak.
The old psychological saying goes, parents matter, but they don't really make a difference. Same goes for your boxing stance. It matters, but it doesn't make a difference. You see, it doesn't matter if you hold both hands high close to your chin, or if you fight with both hands low down by your waist. But what really matters is understanding how your stance should complement your strengths and weaknesses. In this video, we will explore a few boxing stances that we are already familiar with, breaking down its effectiveness and how it catered to a boxer's fighting style. So cutting right to the chase, it's time for us to operate boxing stances. De La Hoya stance can be best defined as textbook. Hands high as a barrier for the first line of defense. Chin tucked behind the left shoulder to protect the blind spot. Lead shoulder turned just enough to prevent him from squaring up. Lead foot slightly angled so that his best punch, the left hook, was cocked and loaded. The textbook stance is pretty self-explanatory. It's a balanced stance, equally good offensively as it is defensively. Winky's stance of choice was the high guard. He started his career as a defensive first boxer, but later transitioned to an aggressive defensive boxer. His high guard meant that he preferred to fight at mid to close range. He liked to press the action, push the pace, force his opponents to throw punches under pressure in order to tire them out by the mid to late rounds. Winky also had a very active high guard. What this meant was he didn't just stand directly in front of his opponents. He took it up another level and applied head movement along with other defensive movements, such as hand parries and level changes, so that it would better disguise his punches when he was ready to engage. The peekaboo was tailor-made for a fighter built like Tyson. He was small but explosive. The stance was meant for close combat. Tyson was squared up for good reason. He was never going to have an Ali jab with his reach. But what he did have was power in both hands. The stance allowed Tyson effective head and hip movement. This allowed him to work his way on the inside. Once on the inside, it was time for punishment, as his squared up stance allowed him proper leverage to throw hooks and uppercuts with both hands. The stance was meant for short, powerful boxers, fitted for the juggernauts to work the way in from the outside and bring along the onslaught from mid to close range. One of the downfalls about this style that many don't point out is it calls for a lot of tying up, but many choose to overlook it because the finale was quite often a knockout. Hands low, face out, as flashy as they come. Let me educate you. This style was not just meant for anyone. For you to even be deemed worthy enough, these are just some of the traits that you must first possess. God-given athleticism. For your hands to be that low, one of the first line of defenses is good head movement. The reason why Jones fought with his hands low and his face out was because he wanted to invite his opponents in. I know you're probably asking, now why would he want to invite his opponents in? I mean, think about it. When does an opponent open up? They open up every time they throw a punch, which brings me to the second requirement, a good ring IQ. He wanted his opponents to open up so he could punish them for every little mistake they made. This style was meant to be mostly fought from the outside. Jones really had a low output in terms of total punches, but that's only because he was so damn sharp. He didn't need to throw 10 punches just to land 2. If there were ever a contest for which stance had the most style, there would be no doubt in my mind that it would be the Slickster.